I have a house, we're Bonetti Kozerski Architecture, and we are here in Chinatown, New York City, in our office. We opened our office in 2000 in Soho, a few blocks from here. Initially with a small office, and then we got the space next door. At the end, we ended up with a big office, which was great, but wasn't really custom designed for us. And then last year, we met a guy who had this amazing location. This used to be a theater in the 1800s. Then the theater burned down, and he left this big space. These are about 75 feet of windows. We had the chance to design a space exactly for our needs and basically to make our work easier. The office itself is vast, but what I think is striking is that the light is reflected by the trees and by the sculptural entry of the Manhattan Bridge.
Our passion is designing houses. We started the office with a large gut renovation that we did for the fashion designer Donna Karan, overlooking Central Park. And Donna, very kindly, at various parties that she had, introduced us to people like Andre Balazs, that we did an apartment for. We also did an apartment for Hugh Jackman in the West Village with an incredible view overlooking the Hudson River. We have also designed hospitality projects for Ian Schrager, famously the founder of Studio 54 and hotels that he did with Philippe Starck. Most recently, we completed a project for Angelina Jolie for her Atelier Jolie fashion and art brand, which was uniquely housed in the former studio of Jean-Michel Basquiat. The longest house design project we had was a house for the record producer Rick Rubin. Very fascinating to work with. The process was that as we designed the house, we would mock up sections of it. He would live in those sections, maybe for 12 months, and we would investigate how the light changed through the year, how the views of the Pacific changed, and then altered the design of the house to achieve all those ambitions. Then in 2019, unfortunately in the Malibu fires, it burnt down, but now we're designing a new house.
For this space, we had to design the desk because we wanted to have one longer table with people sitting and working from the table. It's something you can buy if you work on a laptop, but not if you work on a tower computer. So we had these tables done in Italy. The legs are steel and the top is a special laminate that doesn't leave any fingerprints. That actually looks great if we have to photograph samples on top of it. This is a big space and we didn't want to close up with walls. So we did these partitions that are about 8 feet tall and they're made of concrete panels. And they sit like pieces of furniture, so the space still has the original volume and feels bigger. Also, these panels give a very nice background to everything that is placed in front of it. In the old office, we had conference rooms and we added screens with Zoom later. Now we have Zoom rooms, and they're specifically designed for a certain type of light, for a certain type of backlight and front light, and to look good on a screen. We have two long bookshelves where we collect all the things that inspire us, that are at the moment helping us to design a project, or it's an inspiration for something else, maybe something unique that we want to keep there, and one day we're going to use. And we have lots of special books, special objects, or one-of-a-kind prototypes, stone samples, wood sample, but everything sort of unique because behind these floating walls we have the real material library. Something that distinguishes us from the other architects in New York City is that we work closely with artisans and craft makers, most of them from Italy, but also Switzerland, France, Germany, Spain. They're also very passionate. For them, making something beautiful is at the top of their list, while we get really excited by learning old techniques And it's nice that we help a little bit to keep their tradition alive. The samples that you see here, everything for any project that we ever did. One of them is a light fixture we designed for the Audemars Piguet house in the Meatpacking district. We happened to be doing a project for the owner of Lasvit in Prague. And we visited the facilities. We tried actually to hand blow some of the glass. And we had an idea for a fixture that then it came together months later when we were working on the project. For the base gallery building, which is about 10 stories tall, there is a facade on the street, and we wanted the facade to have a dialogue with the other buildings, but also have his own strong personality. So we had the idea to use lava stone from the Etna volcano in Sicily, because it's an excellent material, very resistant, but also we found a way to slice it and then flame at the same temperature of the lava. So what happens is that the surface of the material starts to bubble and becomes really dark and more resistant. And then the result is that you can't really tell if it's a stone or ceramic, it's something in between, but it's very unique and also lasts very well. It ages very well, which is something that we always think about when we choose something, how it's going to age. A few years ago, we were introduced to the owner of Bonetti, the biggest shipyard in the world. They're based in Italy, and they asked us to design a new line of yachts, to do something a little bit different. We had clients who chartered yachts and would always come back to us with a series of comments, a little too stiff, too structured, and there was a stark difference between the interior of the yacht and the outside deck. So we tried to make something more relaxed. We brought in the exterior teak deck all the way inside. We made it more airy. They liked it, so we've been designing many yachts in the last few years. So what is unique about this space is that the entrance is a walkway that goes from the Bowery all the way to Elizabeth Street. And that's the thing that really excited us the most, because we've never seen one in New York. So we sort of redesigned this walkway, and it's very nicely lit. It's a great way to enter the office.
Subscribe to the Everhouse channel by clicking on the logo to receive updates on our latest episodes. If you have a project we could feature, get in touch with us at everhouse.co.